Thank you all for joining us today on Advertisement Studio webinar. I think we can wait for one more minute. If anybody wants to join, once they have joined, we can start. I think we can start now. My name is Sharat Tamanna, working on Marketing Cloud for about 4+ years for the company called Theorem India Private Limited. And I have made this webinar as two-way communication. At the end of the presentation, I think if you want to ask any questions, I think you can raise your hands over there. And I want to thank Manjunath and Chaitra who are working with me to build this content as well. I'm going to talk about the today's agenda. First thing is about building the foundations. The foundation always starts with audience. The other way is the customer segmentation. How important the customer segmentation is to target the customers in the odd audience. I will talk about that first. And next, I will show the demo of the advertisement studio. And the third point is how you are using the advertising studio conjunction with the journey builder, because it's so important to building out those on always on program to make on regular basis. First, why advertising studio? Advertising studio lets you activate your CRM data in Salesforce to securely and powerfully reach your customers through ad accounts, that is Facebook, Google, LinkedIn, Twitter, etc. And you can find the new prospects with lookalike audiences and re-engage inactive users as well. Bringing it back to basics, the 5 Ws: what, who, why, when, and where. We are going to use this ad studio. I'm going to talk about one by one. Let's start with what. To target the audience in Facebook, Twitter, and Google, we need some attributes. For example, if you have created a list, who are all the recent purchaser of the product? If you want to thank them through Facebook, we need some attributes. For example, like that, for every ad accounts, we need some attributes to target them. And if you have more data, then the chances of reaching the customer is more on any ad accounts. And we need some, as I already told, we need some attributes. I'm showing those attributes over here. For example, if you're targeting for Facebook, we have some unique attributes and non-unique attributes as well to match the customers. First, how it works in the sense, first it will try to check the unique attributes. For example, here with respect to, first it is going to check with email, next it is going to check with phone. Like that, it will work on a waterfall basis. Same as that for the Twitter as well. The Twitter always match with the email address. It is works same as topic profile, which is created in Social Studio. If anyone worked on Social Studio, under the Social Studio, the main topic is topic profile. This, as is the same, it will works in Twitter in ad audience. We have created the keywords and phrases and go across the web to bring back the audience who have used the words and phrases. and you can finally target them audience through Twitter account. And next comes the Google. Google is always matched on email address. For example, who logged for Google property? If anyone is logged through Google or Gmail, he will receive an ads on YouTube or Gmail like that. Next, who should you target? There are so many different strategies to target the customers. First comes the suppression. You have to suppress the customers who are angry on your services or don't want to buy your products. And you can suppress the existing customers as well. If you want to save the money, if you don't want to target the existing customer for the ads, you can suppress them as well. The next use case is purchase history. For the recent, you can target for recent purchases or seasonality purchases, give them an offer like thanks for purchasing. For example, for your next purchase, you will get an offer with a new coupon code like 50% off. You can target them like as well through purchase history. And the next use case is lookalikes. You can find the lookalike customers by using high value customers or the frequent purchase customers. The high value customers or frequent purchase customers is nothing but the customers who are regularly touch with your products or with your brands. For example, when you can target, for example, on special occasions, you can target on the high value customers or frequent purchase customers by using lookalike audiences. From this, you will get at least 20% of the purchases with new customers only through Facebook. According to survey, I'm talking about this. Next is where should I need to spend? About 2/3 of all time spent digitally today is on mobile, and 85 cents of every new dollar spent on online advertising will go to Google or Facebook. When should you need to spend that money? For example, if you have limited budget, you need to target on special days with the appropriate time. And the next is, why would you use first party data in your ad strategy? We know that Facebook and Google are really good at targeting peoples, but we don't have everything in it. For example, the Facebook or the Google don't know what the customers have purchased with respect to the brands last week. We can only target the audience through ads, but we cannot, Google or the Facebook will don't know what they have purchased like that. That is one of the major drawback. If you're using the first party data, we will get the high percentage of conversions and the engagements. That is the major advantage with respect to the first party data. Before going to target the audience, first we need to identify our audience through attributes, triggers, and channels. Here, the attribute describes the customers first. It checks the opt-in status, channel engagement, whether the customer receiving the emails or any SMSs, and it will check the purchase history as well, and it will check how the customer is satisfied and the tenuity with respect to that customer as well. Next thing, we have to look at our triggers. When we are going to trigger the emails or the SMS to the customers. For example, if somebody obtains at the time we are sending, if anyone submitted as lead, if anyone visited the stores and they're going to provide the email address, if anyone has done any email management engagement through that, like that, etc. We have so many options when we are going to trigger the emails. And next, on which channels we are targeting over there? We have so many channels with respect to Facebook, Ads, Instagrams, Google, YouTube, Gmail, Twitter, Live Intent, Salesforce DMP, etc. Why we are going to use always on program? apart from head of campaigns. First, I'm going to talk about the acquired. When we use the closed loop lookalike, here we are actually using the results of the campaign. So the people who have been acquired through the campaigns, from that, we can find the new lookalike audience to target those customers. Here we have attribute based lookalike as well, and the customer suppression as well. With respect to onboard, for example, if anyone sign up in the stores, if they are going to provide the email address over there, by using that email address, we can send a welcome journey. We can target him, send through ads in Facebook or Instagram like that, and we can send an email or an SMS for the app installation as well. And the last is retain. How we are going to retain the existing customers? By making progressive re-engagements. In the first demo, I will show how to link your ad accounts, that is Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, etc., and how to create your first ad audience with some of the use cases. This is the 4 major use cases which we're generally using in Ad Studio. The first and the important use case is target new customers who look like a brand's best customers with lookalike audience. This is mainly to acquire the new customers who have similar characteristics and behavior of your best customers. How we can identify he is a best customer is, for example, if some customers have bought your product more than twice in a month, we can consider them as a best customers. How we can make that list in the Marketing Cloud? I will show that. We have 2 ways to create the list for the Advertising Studio under the Marketing Cloud. Once you're logged in, you can see Advertising Studio over here. If you click the advertising audience, you can see 2 tabs over here. One is the Overview tab and another is the Administration tab. First, you need to link your ad accounts. For example, how we are going to link your ad account is any with respect to Facebook, Google, LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinterest. First, you need to click the ad account. If you click Facebook or Google, it will automatically ask your username or the password. Since I already logged in, it will automatically create. Like this, we have create multiple accounts with respect to each and every ad. For example, Facebook, I can create multiple accounts. For Google, I can create multiple accounts. Like that, it will work. After that, once you go to Overview, as I already told, you have 2 ways to create the list for the Ad Studio. I think you can see at the right side, the Manage Contacts. If you click the Manage Contacts, you can see all the contacts which comes under this Marketing Cloud over here, and the list which we have created for the Ad Studio or other studios to target them, it will be here. And you have one more option to create a list. You can create it over here directly. For example, if you are targeting based on the Einstein, I can check the conversion score over there. For example, if anyone conversion score is more than 100, please add them to the create a list for that. And we can use that list for the ad audience. I will show that as well. And one more way is you can directly create in the Email Studio. You can create a data extension. That is one more way. And now I'm going to create the first ad audience. If you click the create audience, it is going to ask the name of the audience. And you can see the onboarding partners. Here the onboarding partners are like Salesforce DMP, Newster, LiveRamp, etc. Some of them were there. When we are going to use this onboarding partner is that, for example, if you want to bring the data which is outside of the Marketing Cloud, that is, for example, if the data is in Audience Studio, if you want to bring the data to Marketing Cloud, at that time we need to integrate with the onboarding partners through APIs. At that time we are going to use this onboarding partner. And the destination, for which destination you are targeting, as I already connected for Facebook, I will select the Facebook account. I think it is not showing my account. 1 second, I will check one more time whether it is connected or not. Since it is a demo tool, I will name the audience. Once I have selected the destination as Facebook, here you can say all the accounts which is created for that Facebook account. I will select my account name. Once I configured, you can see the contacts and data extension. As I already told, if any data extension or the list which is created under the contacts list, you can see over that data extension or the list over here. Otherwise, if you created any data extension under the email studio, you can see those data extension over here. Once I select any of the data extension, it will ask for data origin, where the data comes from. Is that provided by the users or by partners? Like that it will ask. Here you can see the attributes on left side as well and the right side as well. These attributes which is finding on left side, this is through our data extension which I have created. The right side attributes which is you seeing here, this is through Facebook identifiers. This is around 17 attributes we are going to check under the Facebook for with respect to our data extension which we have created. As I already told, if you want to target on Facebook, we need email address must and should. What we are going to do over here is we are going to drag and drop which are all the fields which is in our data extension. First name to first name, last name to last name, gender to gender. How it works in the sense, once we schedule a campaign, it is going to check the email address first. If the email address is not there, it is going to check with the first name. It is going to, if the first name is not going check, it will going to check with last name. Like that, it is works on waterfall basis. Once it is done, you can see over here, there is lookalike audiences. The major reason we are using the Ad Studio is to find the similar customers with respect to your high value customers, to get the new leads with respect to these data. Here we have two options to optimize. One is optimize to reach. When we selecting the optimize to reach, we need to select the country as well, which country we are targeting. If you're selecting the optimize to reach, you will create up to top 5% of Facebook users in that country who look like your best customers who we are targeting. We have one more options like optimize to similarity as well. If you select the similarity, top 1% of Facebook users in that country who look like your best customers, it will going to target for them. And under that notification, if you want any notification, you can add your email address over here. After that, you can save. Once it is saved, we can activate that as well. Since it is a demo tool, we don't have any permission to activate that one. Once we activate, we have an option like you can refresh manually, and you can schedule it one time on a daily basis or a weekly basis for the regular schedule. When we are going to schedule on emails, we have same options over here. Once you have activated, under the overview tab, it's automatically create two live audience and one seed audience. I will show what is going to display over here. The audience details that will be displayed on live audience and seed audience will be like this. It will first show the audience name, audience network, and the account name. It will show the status. Here it is not showing the total audience count, but it will show in other tool. It will show the total audience count as well. It will show the audience match rate. With the pie chart, it will show the match with respect to 100%, and when it is created and when it is last refreshed. It is showing all those details. Once I activate, here you can see the processing time. Once I activate that campaign, that audience, it will not go into live directly. It will take some processing time. For example, if it is for Facebook, it will take 2 hours. If it is Newstar, it will take for 3 to 5 days. The processing time will be different for each and every ad account. And you can see over here which are all the attributes you need to match with that partners. For the Facebook, you need must and should you have email address and phone number like this. Each and every ad accounts you need these should be in your data extension. And when you're targeting through ad audience, you need minimum per network. For example, if it is Facebook, at least you need minimum 20 customers. For it is Google, you need 1,000 customers. For Twitter, 500. Like that, each and every network, at least minimum audience should be there. This flow will shows how it is going to deploy. For example, now what we have done is we have created the audience and we have activated that audience, but the ad agency or the other part who are take care of the campaign part, they will create the campaign and they will publish through Facebook account. Once they have published, the customer will engage through that ads. Like this, we have other 3 use cases which is regularly used on Ad Studio. The second is target subscribers who are unengaged with a brand's email program. The subscribers who don't open your email and engage with the content, Ad Studio helps to engage those subscribers through advertising channels. For example, you may want to target unengaged subscribers who have not opened or clicked the emails in the last number of days. You can query those data in the Marketing Cloud, and you can place that into DE and activate those data extension. That is one of the important use case we are using in Advertising Studio. The third and the important use case is coordinate email and advertising channel together to maximize the impact of marketing message across channels. If you want to do the customer acquisition and nurturing, this is the best way to combine the email and the ads into the journey. With the Journey Builder advertising, you can build cross-channel journeys that combines email, mobile SMSs, and Facebook advertising, etc. And you can use ad campaigns activity to increase the reach of email campaigns. I will show with the example how we are going to use that in Journey Builder. here I'm only showing the flow, how it works. For example, if I'm targeting the customers who have not installed my brand's app, how we are going to target through ad audience and the one more activity, that is ad campaign. First, I will use the entry source as data extension. In the data extension, I will pull all the customers who don't have device ID. I think if anyone has installed the app, those device IDs will be in Marketing Cloud. I think that's why I'm using that concept. If anyone's device ID is null, not null, I'm going to pull those data into the data extension. First, I will target through email. Please install our brand's app. If some of the customers were installed the app, I will send an SMS and set the goal. Thanks for installing our app. If who haven't installed my app, I will target through one more SMS through push notification. I will target them through push notification. There is a chances that if somebody is not opening the email, there is a chance of he is going to open the SMS as well. If that is also not done, I'm going to check for every decision split. I'm going to check whether that device ID is null or not null. If it is not null, I'm exit them. If it is null, then I'm going to target through ad audience. Here you can see ad audience and ad campaigns. Ad audience is what we have normally created the ad audience over the ad studio. The same or ad audience, we are going to target them who are all under this data extension. They are automatically came to this ad audience. We are going to target through campaigns for this ad audience. If we are using the ad campaigns, at that time we have an option like we can create a campaign over here as well. With respect to ad hoc ones, we are not going to create any campaigns over there. We are going to create only the audience. The ad team or the advertising team will take care of creating the campaigns, and they're going to target with those customers. Here we have an option like in the journey builder, we can create ad campaign as well, but I don't know, it will give us permission. No, I think for example, I think we need a valid Facebook account to move next. Once you have created the audience, once you're going to configure create you have an option like you can add the links, you can add the images as well. You can directly configure through that campaign and you can target it. Since it is a demo account, it not works as well. You can target directly for the journey builders who are all comes under that audience. We can directly target that campaign. That is one important use case. And the last use case is exclude customers from new customers acquisition campaigns. All ad networks offer the ability to both target and exclude customers for your advertising campaigns. If you're looking for a net new customers, it's great idea to upload an audience of your complete customers list and exclude those customers from your advertising. This will ensure you don't waste any advertising services for the ads to the existing customers. One more exclude is there. Exclude customers from the advertisings when they don't want to hear from your brand. For example, if a customer may have a bad experience with your services or the products, we have to suppress these customers from advertising. How you can get this data? If you are raised, who are all raised a service ticket with respect to your product or services, you can segregate the data, and moving forward, don't target those customers. If you're using Salesforce CRM, I think you can easily get through synchronized data extension or raise the ticket with respect to services. This is one of the important use case. And in this image, we can show that who are all inactive subscribers. We are targeted through Facebook ads. Once we are targeted through Facebook ads, he is a chances of making a purchase. And at that point of time, we can send a welcome back email triggers for them. There is chances with respect to other than who are all not seeing any emails on SMS. There is a chances with respect to Advertising Studio, it will works like that. I think the rest will be same as what I explained over there. How brands use advertising is one-to-one channel with respect to journeys. One more thing is there with respect to lead capture. In the Marketing Cloud earlier, we have when we go to Ad Studio, advertising audience and lead capture is automatically you can see over here. Now you need to download the lead capture through App Exchange. This is the Salesforce lead capture. This free version you can directly download. Once you're downloaded, you have an option to create a form through your Facebook account, and you can post anything. If anyone is directly come through that form, those customers will be directly into your Marketing Cloud. I'm not going to do that as well. Okay, I think that's it. I think if you have any questions, anyone, please raise your hands. I'm going to unmute them. I think I'm not seeing any raised hands over here. Thank you guys for attending. If you need this document, I think I will be shared over my LinkedIn profile. I think you can download the document over there. Thank you.